I feel pretty good about split the pair of games. You guys looked way more relaxed. It looked like a completely different team from my perspective, just from Wednesday. What adjustments did you make? And other than, this guy right here hitting all the shots?
Yeah, look, Bryce, that was a performance everyone's used to. I think he had a half of Arizona here watching him tonight, so he wanted to perform in front of his family. But in saying that, we didn't play good the other day. We were tremendous the other day. Our application at shoot around, we had some good film sessions. We got 8 new bodies on our team, so I think we're finally getting, some trust and belief in our style of play. I've got 2 new coaches on the staff. So we're a work in progress, and we are in pre-season. But my mentality is we come to play the game to win, and we were disappointing the other night. So it was a great bounce back effort for us tonight.
I mean, like you said, you're in preseason, and you guys have these 2 games you're playing overtime early on Sunday, and then you go back to Australia for the Blitz.
Yep.
Was this intentional to try to get as many reps as possible before the season, like you said, because you got new guys on the team?
There's some strategy behind it, but when you come in and play like a team like tonight, they're not going to face the athleticism consistently across the floor. So that, to me, that gives us a good baseline after having a good preseason. Their ability to pick you up full court, play against some length and then rim protection was a great way for us to head to the Blitz, for us to prepare for our season.
I guess for you, Bryce, is there a moment in the game where you're feeling it to the point where you're going to get that 40 piece?
I'm just playing in the moment, but ever since I was a little kid, usually if I hit my first shot in the game, it's usually going to be a good one.
Bryce, you've been playing for Perth for a long time now. How's it been, experiencing this, the G League Ignite, playing against you guys? I know they had it last year too as well. And then also, having the family team back home. How's it here to see you play? How's it been, early for you?
Yeah, man, it's been good. Honestly, it's been a while since I've played like American basketball, so it felt good to kind of get back to my roots and then to have so much more family from Tucson and then some people from the neighborhood, like close friends, have been in there. It was amazing. And my grandpa actually drove up, and I don't think he ever saw me play any sport as a kid, so that was pretty cool to put on to him.
And basketball in Australia more than a lot of players. A lot of young guys are starting to come in, to the NBL. How could you, explain for them, coming into a situation now where a lot more young prospects are coming in and how this league is growing, even on the media standpoint? I feel like you guys do a great job covering the guys too as well. How do you feel all in all is good for the youth to come over to NBL and start playing?
I think it's a great opportunity. Just the trajectory of the league has continued to grow, and I think the league's been going on 40 some odd years, but this is the best the league has ever been like this era now. So I think it's a great opportunity for the youth to, try that pathway. We've seen some people who are Americans that come over and then they come back to the NBA, do well, ball. We've got Australians that leave there and do their thing here, and Giddy, and now we got Xavier Cook. So it's a great league. In my opinion, it's probably one of the top 5 leagues outside the NBA, of course, in the world. So I think it's a great opportunity.
Yeah, and coach, for you, saw 6 blocks again. He had 6 blocks last game. What are some things that you've seen from him in terms of his growth since you've had him from the start until now, and things that he brings to the table that you love?
Yeah, you saw how he can impact the game from the defensive end. We all get enamored with the blocks, but he does a good job perimeter keeping guys in front, but then his second effort to go and contest. I know coming over to us, people question his motor, so I'm on to him about that, and the things that we can get evaluated on is block shots, rebounding, and then you run on the floor in transition and get some easy looks. And talked about it the other night, that kid has a chance to be special because playing out of the short roll has become such an important part of the game. And he's only got better and better as he's been around us for 6 weeks now. So it'll be really interesting to see where he is at in 6 months' time.
You talked about the on-ball defense. He had a player with Ron Holland, and then he does a really good job crowding space too.
Yeah.
Is that something that he's grown with, or you've seen him grow with over time, or is something that you feel like he just has?
Look, you got to have that natural ability. He has that now. Our coaching staff, those guys are with him every day working on both sides of the ball. Because at the end of the day, NBA, you better play at that end of the floor at 7-1, otherwise he's going to be watching. And he's done a phenomenal job here. Now we go back to the Gold Coast. It's going to be another challenge because he's going to be playing dudes like Wagstaff that are crafty and smart and all of that type of stuff. So that'll be a new challenge for him down there.
I think it's been very interesting just having him, around because Perth is a team you guys have won a lot, and having him play so early, and then as well as being a winning team too as well. How do you feel like that's been a good mesh for you guys? Just having that dynamic.
Good players make good coaches. So look, he's been very surprising, but like he listens, he brings it every day. It's by no means is it perfect, but he brings a great attitude to it every day, and he is willing and learning, and he's going to get to go against Wagstaff and Pinder every day at practice, and you saw the impact Pinder, like he was at Summer League with Phoenix, like he's no slouch. So for him to go against those guys at practice will really help him instead of just being enamored with the games as well.
Yeah, just one on Keanu Pinder's debut. Obviously been a frustrating off-season for him. He came to Las Vegas for the Summer League, didn't get on the court because of injury, but how nice was it to see him back out there tonight, and obviously made an impact with the rebounding as well.
Yeah, look, his energy is contagious. He brings a great dynamic. People that don't know him, he's like an all NBL level player, like a top 10 guy, potential MVP candidate. So you put him together with Sarr, he just gives us a different dynamic that you don't see too often in the NBL. So it'll be exciting to see where that combination gets to.
Coach, what's your assessment of how Ben played this week in his progress?
Henschel.
Yes.
Oh man, I love that kid. We had him in last year to practice, and there's just something about him that he has a chance to be special. Now everyone else is starting to realize that he's quite a good player. Where he gets to, we'll find out. It might take him a couple of years, but he's certainly got some tools that can get the NBA people excited. And myself, of course. Well done, Bryce. Go and celebrate.